Today I'll be presenting my final history project video. So first I'll be presenting my first history project. Sir Francis Drake reaches the California coast. So in this event, Sir Francis Drake, an Englishman, sailed to California and went over and explored the coast and claimed land for England.
Mission Carmel was founded on June 3, 1770. The founding priest was Junipero Serra. It is the only Spanish mission in California with its original bell. It is located at 3080 Rio Road. Monterey Presidio was founded in 1770. It was a Spanish military fort. In 1846, John Sloat claimed the Presidio for the United States. It is now a U.S. Army training command.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I make another one of the California History Project for the maybe. I draw a horse and a person, and I color the person, the man, and I color the horse. And so I'm gonna read the sentence in my own words. I was worried about Spain holding on to Alta Upper California. My sea routes were dangerous and long. The ships had to sail against the wind and current all the way to north. My land route through Baja Lower California that Father Serra and Governor Portola had used was now unsafe. My missions did not have enough supplies to share with travelers, and the local tribes were getting more unfriendly.
Mission Soledad was founded on October 9, 1791. The mission was founded by Father Lasuen. Mission Soledad was built to assist other missions of Northern California. The mission was flooded many times, and the mission was sold for $800 in 1946. Mission San Jose was founded on June 11, 1797. The mission was founded by Father Lasuen. In the mission, they taught the Indians music. They organized a choir and an orchestra that was famous in California. They were the 14th mission and second largest.
Hi, my name is Julia, and I'm making the History California project, which is I draw it neatly and color with crayons. And I write my own words in a summary sentence. And it says, my parish chapel of the Parish of the Holy Cross, which is the Roman Catholic of Diocese of Monterey. My mission chapel is a reduced scale replica of the original church and is a popular site for weddings. I was founded on August 28, 1791, and is named for exaltation of the Holy Cross of Christianity. My mission is located on a bluff in the city of Santa Cruz, near the mouth of the San Lorenzo River.
My report is on Fort Ross. On August 30th, 1812, the Russians held a special religious service at Fort Ross, marking the completion of the stockade. The stockade was built of redwood. It had 2 blockhouses with cannon bolts on the northeast and southeast corners of the stockade. There was a northwest blockhouse that had 7 sides and a southeast blockhouse that had 8. Both blockhouses were 2 stories high. Between 12 and 40 cannons were placed within the stockade and blockhouses. Sentries bearing flintlock muskets stood guard in each blockhouse. The Presidio was formed by houses and a large square surrounded by a high fence. The chapel was added about 1825. There was a well inside the stockade that provided the colonists with fresh water. Outside the stockade, a windmill, cattle yard, bakery, threshing hold, and cemetery, along with farm buildings and bathhouses. There were vegetable gardens and an orchard. In 1828, a population of about 60 Russians, 80 Kodiaks from Alaska, and about 80 Indians all lived in relative harmony. The colonists were carpenters, blacksmiths, coopers, and those skilled in a trade. They hunted sea mammals and birds. They also fished. Ranching consisted of planting, cultivating, herding, logging, and construction chores. Everyday life was active and peaceful. In the late 1841, Captain Sutter was approached at his ranch in the Sacramento Valley about purchasing Fort Ross. After 30 years in existence, on January 1st, 1842, Sutter bought Fort Ross, which included all the buildings, livestock, and implements, but not the land itself, which was still claimed by Mexico.
Mexico gained independence from Spain. On September 16, 1810, Miguel Hidalgo, a Catholic priest, launched the Mexican War of Independence with the issuing of his Grito de Dolores. The revolutionary tract called for the end of Spanish rule in Mexico, gaining of land, and racial fairness. After Mexico gained independence from Spain, it became a poor state. Jedediah Smith reaches Atla, California. An early man, Jedediah, was the first American to reach Atla, California by land. In 1826, Smith crossed the Mojave Desert to the mission of San Gabriel and then went north to Central Valley. The next year, he was the first American to cross the Sierra Nevada.
I'm doing 1833 when the mission system was abolished. In 1821, Mexico won its independence from Spain. Then Mexico thought Spain was going to take over California since most of the missions there were still loyal to Spain. So they went to war and Mexico won. Then in 1846, the missions were used as military bases for the U.S. Then when the gold rush happened, the missions went unused. I'm doing 1839 when John Sutter built his fort near Sacramento. The fort that was built by Sutter was famous for being used in the Donner Party and the gold rush, but the fort was abandoned after gold was discovered at Sutter's mill.
Early settlers began to use the trail in the 1840s, the first of which was John Bidwell, who led the 1841 Bidwell-Bartleston Party in 1842. A member of the Bidwell-Bartleston Party returned to Missouri on the Humboldt River route. In the late of 1846, Fremont advanced to San Solito, present-day Sausalito, and launched an assault on the undefended Costa de San Joaquin on the south side of the Bay entrance.
Donner Party trapped in Sierra Nevada mountains, 1846. George and Jacob Donner traveled west with other families on a new untested route. They did not listen to warnings, and they did not pack enough food. They left late in the season, and they got trapped in the snowy mountains, and only half of them survived the trip. That was the Donner Party, 1846, trapped in Sierra Nevada mountains. This is the Mexican-American War, 1848. This is the war that led to the Civil War. President James K. Polk wanted to expand west. The border between Mexico and the U.S. was under dispute, It is unclear who started the war. The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo ended the war. This tension ultimately led to the Civil War, and that was the Mexican-American War, 1848. And those are my pennants.
In 1848, James Marshall finds gold at Sutter's Mill. It is the first gold found that started the California Gold Rush. He tried to keep it a secret, but people found out. It was the greatest migration in California history. In 1849, the California Constitution was ratified. This Constitution allowed California to be admitted to the United States. There was a convention that was held in Monterey. The California Constitution didn't allow slavery in California.
On September 9th, 1850, California became the 31st state without being a territory. The gold rush made the population go really high. And the fist-sized nuggets, a little bit like this, helped with the wealth of California. California is a free labor state under the Compromise of 1850.
1854, Sacramento becomes the permanent state capital. There were many temporary cities serving the capital before Sacramento, and one of them was San Francisco. February 25th, 1854, Sacramento was selected as the permanent state capital. July 13th, 1854, the courthouse was destroyed by fire.
The Pony Express established in April 3rd, 1860 to October 24, 1861. The Pony Express was a mail delivery service that delivered letters, newspapers, and messages. It was from horse-mounted riders going around town delivering messages and all those stuff. And that is what the Pony Express established thing is. The University of California established, founded on March 3rd, 1868 in Oakland. Then they moved to Berkeley in 1873. They now have 10 California campuses, and the alumni of the university are responsible for $50 billion in our country's economic success every year. And that is what the University of California established is.
The Transcontinental Railroad opened for traffic between Sacramento and Omaha on May 10, 1869. The coast-to-coast railroad connection revolutionized the settlement and economy of the American West. It is 1,912 miles long. The Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 was the first significant law restricting immigration into the U.S. The act suspended Chinese immigration for 10 years. President Chester A. Arthur signed it into law on May 6, 1882.
Yosemite National Park established in 1890. Yosemite National Park was established October 1st, 1890. It is important to California history because it is so beautiful. People fight to protect it. It is known for waterfalls, granite cliffs, and sequoia trees. Okay, you ready? The earthquake, 1906. An extreme magnitude earthquake of 7.9 hit San Francisco. Early in the morning of April 18, 1906, 3,000 people died and 80% of the city was destroyed. is known as one of the deadliest earthquakes in U.S. history.
Angel Island from 1910 to 1940 was a holding facility for Chinese and Japanese immigrants next to Alcatraz and the Bay Bridge. In San Francisco, many people were detained under oppressive conditions. Many poems and truths were written on the walls of the facility. And a book named Island was published based on the transcription. October 10th, women were granted the right to vote. 1911, California became the sixth state to grant women the right to vote years before it became national. It was very important to the advancement of women's rights.